and we are going to London and Paris. So we are going on a trip for 10 days during December from the 27th to February 6th in Paris and London.
We've both been to London and Paris in real life before, so we know enough about both cities to be good tour guides there.
Yeah, and we love it there.
This is our get to know the guide slide just so you can get to know us a little better. I grew up in Minnesota. I love traveling and I did it a lot as a child, and I love adventurous trips where you can zip line and stuff like that.
I also grew up in Minnesota. My goal is to travel the whole world, and I've been to a lot of places too, and I love history.
Our trip is planned for the middle of December, so while we're there we can enjoy the snow, and it's so pretty there with, as you can see, the London with the Big Ben here and Paris over here with the Eiffel Tower.
And it gives a nice Christmassy vibe. And when we're there, it's right above freezing usually. When it snows, it kind of like melts away fast. So you won't be that cold, but it'll be perfect. So this is our trip itinerary for London. We will be spending most of our trip in London, about 7 days. So here's Tower Bridge, Tower of London, and Canary Wharf.
On day one, we're gonna arrive in London after a non-stop flight from MSP to the London Heathrow Airport, and this is the Hyde Park area. That's where we're gonna be biking around on our first day.
Yeah, and we're gonna take a biking tour on day one once we get there and check into our Hyde Park hotel. On day two, we will begin exploring the city and go to the British Museum, Trafalgar Square, and the London Eye. So this is the British Museum. It's a really cool museum because the British Empire conquered the whole world and brought all their history back to there. This is Trafalgar Square, where it remembers the Battle of Trafalgar and the defeat of Napoleon. And here is the London Eye with a beautiful view of Big Ben.
On day three, we're gonna be getting more into the history side of things. We'll be visiting the Tower of London here, the breathtaking Westminster Abbey over there, and the famous Tower Bridge.
Which is right there. Day 4, we are going to spend the day be heading to St. Paul's Cathedral and spending the rest of the day exploring Canary Wharf and the surrounding area. So Canary Wharf is very modern and pretty, and there's lots of expensive stores, so if you want to spend lots of money, you can go there, but for my family, it's mostly about looking thing. And then here's St. Paul's, which was built during the 17th century by the British Empire.
On day 5, we're going to be going to Buckingham Palace, which is up here, the present residence of the royalty, and go to the awesome London Zoo right by our hotel, which is right here.
Yeah, it's a super short walk because it's right on Hyde Park, and that's where our hotel is. On day 6, our last day in London, we will be spending the day shopping and strolling around Harrods, Piccadilly Circus, and Oxford Street. So Harrods is a very big department store. It's kind of expensive too, but it's really cool, and it's like super big, and there's every single shop you can imagine. Here's Oxford Street. It's a very big shopping thing. And then Piccadilly Circus is like the equivalent of New York's Times Square, and it's really nice there, and there's a really good tourist shop where I got some really cool leggings.
So this is going to be we're going to be spending about 3 to 4 days in Paris, and this is the Palace of Versailles, the Louvre, and what's that one again?
Notre Dame, Cathedral de Notre Dame. So day 7, will be the 7th day of our trip. So it's gonna be our first day in Paris. We will be taking the Eurostar train underneath the English Channel, and upon arrival in Paris, we will be visiting the famous Eiffel Tower and seeing the Mona Lisa, among other things at the Louvre. So here's the Louvre, the Mona Lisa, the Eiffel Tower.
On day 8, we're going to be taking a day trip by taxi out to Versailles. We'll be visiting the beautiful palace there, which is pictured here and there.
And up there. So that's the king's bedroom where Louis XIV was called the sun god, and when he woke up they would like worship him because he thought he was God. Kind of crazy, but whatever. And then here's the Hall of Mirrors, which cost billions of dollars in today's money. And then that's just part of the huge palace of Versailles.
On day 9, we're going to be going to many different places. We'll be visiting the stunning Sainte-Chapelle, Hotel des Invalides, and Notre Dame, and the Arc de Triomphe.
So Sainte-Chapelle is a very pretty chapel with like stained glass and stuff. And then Hotel des Invalides was once barracks, and now it's a super cool French military museum. they have some pretty good exhibits there. Here's the Arc de Triomphe, which was built after Napoleon's victories in Europe, and when he got defeated in Russia, it wasn't even finished. It's that big. And then here's Notre Dame. Oh, it's a good one.
Okay, on day 10, we're going to be leaving the beautiful country of France and going home via Charles de Gaulle Airport back to MS.
So our hotels are actually pretty cheap, but they're also very nice. We found some pretty good deals on Hotels.com. So our London hotel is called the Shaftesbury Hyde Park. Lovely little hotel with a great view of London's Hyde Park. So there's what our rooms look like, and there's our buildings.
The Paris hotel is Hotel Claude Bernard Saint Germain, which is a great location with a 2-minute walk from the Cathedral de Notre Dame.
And it's on the little island where Cathedral de Notre Dame is. It's like in between the two rivers. There's like an island where the cathedral is, and the hotel is on the same island. And both cost just a little over $100 a night, which is a really good deal for how nice these hotels are.
Our pricing, it comes from $3,991 per person. The deposit is $750, which will be paid at the time of sign up, which is fully refundable up to 90 days prior to departure.
Price includes 6 nights in London and 3 in Paris, flights to and from Minneapolis, all meals. But like if you want to get a snack or gelato, that's kind of on you.
What's not included would be your gear, your airport transfers / taxis, and your admission to museums and palaces that we're going to be going to.
Usually our trip is made to like take 4 adults or 2 adults and 2 kids. So meals will cost probably $30 because Europe is kind of expensive and they charge you for soda and a lot more for soda and bread and stuff. So it'll be $30 for every meal, multiplied by 3 meals a day equals 90, multiplied by 8 days actually being in the cities, not including the airport days, is 720. So at a bare minimum, meals will cost $720.
This is our gear list, so since it's going to be winter when we're going, we've just had our winter stuff here, which is required, so like your winter boots, your jacket, your hat, stuff like that. There's some recommended stuff here that can be used to make your trip better if you want it, like a travel pillow, sunglasses, toiletries, etc. And then our travel documents, which is your passport, airline documents, and photo identification.
And then also, don't just bring 1 credit card, you want 2 or 3 because they don't always accept 1 credit card. Thanks for listening. Hope you decide to travel with us on our wonderful REI tour.
Okay, so you have about 2 minutes for questions.
That's a quick question. We've got really good destinations. They're very historical. It looks great. So I just have a question. If the travelers decide to go to alternate places, say they don't want to go where you have it listed, are there any options for that?
Well, I don't know the name, but there was this old power plant in London, which used to be a power plant, and now it's a very modern art museum, and my sister went there when she didn't want to go to the Imperial War Museum with us, but that wasn't a good museum, so it's probably a better idea. But actually, there's a really pretty bridge that goes from there, and you can walk from St. Paul's and cross the bridge and go right to that museum. And actually that bridge was actually in a scene of Harry Potter where the Death Eaters go like around the bridge and it falls. That's actually the bridge.
And along with that, our hotels are in very good spots around the city, so there are lots of places that you can just go around there and find stuff to do.
Yeah, there's like in Vienna, I just went to Vienna, and there's like a Ringstrasse where like all the stuff is usually. And besides the Palace of Versailles, Paris kind of is a Ringstrasse too.
Thank you.
Do you have any information on exchange rate? If people are looking at currency here versus there, and what that might mean for your costs that you
Yeah.
posted?
So right now the exchange rate, I just looked it up a couple days ago. $1 is like 1.05 euros. So actually it went down because it used to be that $1 or $2 was like a euro, so the euro used to be worth more, but now it kind of went down because of the inflation and the debt in Greece, so now it's better. And also, when you go to places, sometimes they take like 10% of the exchange rate. I learned this from my dad. So if you give them $1,000, they keep 100, so it's not a very good deal. So you want to look for those places that have better exchange rates.
With that being said, you also wanna keep around a little bit of extra money just in case you need that for something.
Yeah, my dad always gives us 50 euros on trips in case of emergencies to buy us a subway ticket back to our hotel.
Thank you, great. Let's give them a hand.